Good afternoon. Last night, Saturday, the 26th of September, Class War, the only political group that consists almost entirely of working class people, unlike all the other political groups and organisations, right, left and centre, held their third Fuck Parade, the third this year. Fuck Parade is a protest by local and London people against the monstrous gentrification and Manhattanisation of our great city. These demonstrations and manifestations are the polar opposite of the usual toothless A to B marches put on by the left and the trade unions. No permission is asked from the authorities. We hold them at night, holding aloft flaming torches with pyrotechnics and mobile sound systems. There is no set route or time limit, and no speakers waffling on. In fact, it's a continuation of the historical London mob that has been around for nearly 1,000 years. It's part of our social and political tradition, and long may it continue to be so. Apart from some paint being thrown over the windows of the notorious serial killer calf and a couple of windows getting put through at estate agents, there was no further damage worth mentioning. Because the police kept a low profile for most of the event, there was no violence apart from a few minor scuffles. Throughout the entire event, about 1,000 people took part. Pig masks were prominent. The serial killer calf are putting out loads of sob propaganda about how they were put in a state of terror last night. What a load of old self-promoting cobblers. The gentrification of our East End doesn't only mean some apartments being rented out for over £1,500 a week, but our Sunday street market down Brick Lane and the side streets has been reduced to 1/10 of its previous size from 20 years ago, and it's still being swallowed up by millionaires' apartments. This means our street space, pubs and cafes are going the way of the tropical rainforest, and we're being driven out of London by a tsunami of wealth and money. No wonder we're angry. No wonder we take to the streets. What else can we do? Vote Labour? The streets and public spaces are our only forum. And things like the Fuck Parade, Bonfire Night, Reclaim the Streets are our natural way of asserting our sense of community and class expression. We have no need to justify ourselves to the middle classes, government, or anybody else that supports the system. Our presence and anger on the streets justifies us. Full stop. You can sit back and take it, blame it on minorities or migrants, or go on useless, soul-destroying marches. That's not for a growing number of the discontented. It's been fairly quiet this year, and let's hope as the weather gets cooler, we turn up the heat on the street. Obviously, I can't sign off without a mention of PIGGATE. But what is there to add, really? The whole world has been aghast, and the Brits have shown their gifts for satire all over the internet and beyond. Someone, I know, a dear friend living abroad, summed it up quite succinctly to the bemused natives and other travellers. Our system, she said, essentially functions as a sixth form feudal reenactment society for millionaires. And I don't think you could put it any better than that. We really need to heap ridicule upon our ruling class. Quite a few, as I say, donned pig masks last night. Whenever we hit the streets, says more than all the mass-produced placards and demands that the government always ignore. Just think, as everybody will, each time David Cameron gives a speech, and it's a Tory conference coming up soon, pontificates and meets world leaders, that image of him placing his Willy Wonka in a dead pig's head. It's enough to make you want to go vegan. Who knows how much ruling class DNA is sloshing around in the food chain? PIGGATE just about sums up our entire system. Who needs Das Kapital to enlighten them? Oh yeah, one other thing I should mention. Next week, on Sunday, October the 4th at 2 p.m, come and join us. Meet some real political working class people at the continuing protest at the Jack the Ripper Museum. This is part of real street politics, not the clowns of that false alternative, otherwise known as the left, as they bury themselves deep into the reactionary monarchist Labour Party, spreading false hopes and worshipping Jeremy Corbyn. So yeah, October the 4th. I'll see you there.